sun is coming up over the presidentials. And here's my camp up here on Mount Martha. It was pretty beautiful. So we started at 7:10 this morning. 7:15, we're at the trail that goes down to Route 115, but we're on to Cherry Mountain Road in 3.6. Just came 0.2 maybe. It was a good down and pretty wide because I think a lot of people come up that trail who are just doing the summit. And yeah, looking good. I think this is definitely my earliest start. Got up around, a little after 5 to the sunrise coming up over the northern presidentials. Yeah, that was pretty sweet. About 2 miles down after crossing lots of these snowmobile bridges, I come to a little creeklet and the water is flowing. Nice. And even more flow under the next bridge, which is just another 15 yards or so. Nice. Yeah, this has been a beautiful descent. Graded and just nice. It's all right. Well, we've made it to the bottom and Cherry Mountain Road. And let's see the time. The walking was much easier until just there. 8:34. So left at 7:10. So that's less than an hour and a half to get down here. That's making me feel pretty good. According to the sign here, it says Cherry Mountain Tower Trail, 3 miles, 3.7 miles to the summit. Wow, that makes me happy. I'm going right. There's a nice parking area here. Cherry Mountain Trail, White Mountain National Forest, yay. And there's a whole bunch of dispersed campsites along here for people who want to drive in and van camp or trailer or tent. We'll see what they look like. Yay. Here's a little pull out on an old road. And this is site number 9. And rules. Walking down Cherry Mountain Road. I passed 2 of the campsites, numbers 9 and 8. And I think maybe 3 cars have gone up while I've been coming down. Who knows, maybe they're just going to go and hike the trail. But look at this nice pond. Yeah. Now, there's a beaver deceiver rig, I think, or at least maybe it's just an anti-flood gate so you don't wash the road out, I guess. Between campsites 2 and 1, you come to a big creek. Yeah, lots of flow here and big pools on the other side. Woohoo, I'm getting water. And we have a little ranger hut. And interpret sign. 1-room office in the woods. Huh. This is a beautiful old cabin. Goes back to the 1920s when it was built. Just when the National Forest was established. Yeah, it's something else. The interpretive sign is really cool. Read it. And I hear water gurgling by just beside it here. But I already have my water. Leaving the White Mountain National Forest. Oh, well. A little bit of civilization for a nice few hours as we go to the store at Fabian's, and then wander through the backyard of the Mount Washington Hotel, and then back into the National Forest. And there's Bretton Woods. There's all kinds of little houses, kind of cute, some of them. Some of them are rental properties for vacation. So we're at the end of Cherry Mountain Road, across the railroad tracks. There's a campground right there, private. Checking at the house. We're looking across the way at Bretton Woods ski area. Over there, I think it's Sugarloaf Mountain off the Dry River Road. The lower Ammonoosuk River, something that way. Now we got a 0.8 mile walk along this highway, Route 302, to get to the store at Fabian's, right at the road where you turn to get to the Cohos Railway base station. Oh boy, don't like these roadblocks. So I'm coming up to the convenience store, Irving Station, and just beyond you can see the road that goes to the Cog. Thankfully, there's a really wide shoulder paved here and an unpaved wide shoulder. So though there's a lot of traffic, it doesn't feel that dangerous. There's a place across the way that I don't really remember. Looks like it's got a bunch of outdoor outfitter stuff. Cool. I'm gonna go and get some lunch and figure out my resupply, water, and there's some shade on the side of the building and the rocks out there. It's handy. I'm walking away now, but this is a good place. They got all kinds of bars. They even have hydration drink mix in single-use packets right at the counter. And they've got sandwiches pre-made. They'll make you one if you don't have the right kind. And they've got pizza. They've got some stuff for like Knorr's things. Not a great selection, but it's okay. Yeah, it's a heater. Then there's that place over there. I've never been there. I should check it out one day. It's not like I'm not in my kind of backyard stomping grounds now. Yay! Yep, Crawford Notch. Abel, his kids Thomas and Ethan, and wife Lucy. And there's the way to Cog Railway and the famous Fabian's. All right, let's keep walking in this crazy heat. We're going to bypass the road to the base station, though we're going to be kind of paralleling it at times later. Classical railroad trestle there, and you can see the top of Bretton Woods ski area, and there's Eisenhower. We're going to be going right up in the col to the left of that, and there's Mount Washington. I can see the towers. See if I can zoom in on some of that for you. Did I? Yeah, I think so. You got me. There we go. And there we go. That's a beautiful building. Good church. Classical railroad buildings. Coming up on Bretton Woods Resort on the left around the bend. And here we are at the historic and beautiful Mount Washington Resort Hotel. And Mount Washington right behind it. Oh my gosh. Yep, this is a scenic view. But look at the pretty flowers. That's really nice. Turn here and across the bridge. Oh man, look at that. Yeah, that's a sight. see for sure. And Eisenhower is over there, the round, bald-headed one. Check in at the guardhouse. Walking past the last of the grand hotels. Turn right here. Mountains. So, past this place where the golf carts all live on the right, and then a little Stone Pillar Outfitters and motels up there. And now we're going out through the golf course on this little gravel track. So we cross this bridge. It's got a creek running under it, really nice and enticing. You can turn left. Look at that crazy mountain up there. Oh. Just want to dive in. I don't know about all this golf stuff out in the hot sun. Lots of golf carts. We should try walking. Here we are, we're going to turn left here and go out that way. So welcome to the bridle path. Oh boy. Huh. What does my thermometer say? What does it read? Oh my gosh, like 91. Can you guys see that? Oh, there it is. That's just crazy. 91 in the White Mountains. No. From this vantage, we've got Jefferson there, and this kind of rumbling thing is Clay. Then you got Washington. Then you got Monroe. And I suppose that's Franklin. It's kind of nondescript. And then we've got our friend Eisenhower. And then Pierce, also known as Clinton for a governor of New Hampshire. We're going to be climbing up to the col here, just to the left of Eisenhower. Yay! And of course, over there just to the left of Mount Washington, you can see where the cog railway just goes straight up. We've been walking along the Ammonoosuk River. Don't cross this bridge. Coming down from Ammonoosuk Ravine, a pretty crazy trail up Mount Washington. It's like an endless set of rock stairs and some kind of sketchy water things to deal with. There at the 90-degree turn, I probably should have taken the bike path. I see people walking there and get you out of the middle of the field anyway. Well, field, golf course. The resolution of the map makes it a little vague. I think we're good now. Yes. The sign says bridle path is to the left. Off the course into the woods a bit, thank goodness. Maybe there'll be some shade. Yay. And here we're going to go left. You can go right. It's a rail trail, I guess. It may be shorter by a tenth or two, but I think this is going to be nicer. There are some great swimming holes in the Ammonoosuk River along this section of trail we're walking. Oh my. Two really nice ones so far. And there's folks at them. That's cool. But really, all the way up along, there are pools and cascades. Nice place to play. On the other side of the Ammonoosuk is the road to the base station. So there's plenty of opportunity for plenty of people to access the river. And so now we come to a sign. Middle Falls Bridle Path is where we came from. Middle Falls R&B&M that way. Upper Falls that way. I'm going to have to consult my map. There's their map. new vegetation area, don't go up that trail. So this is Mill Falls, I guess. Oh, cool. That's a lovely pool over there. I don't know how well it shows up here. Yeah. Oh, very nice, very nice. And yes, we continue to the right to Upper Falls. I've been there before. It's pretty cool. And just a short climb up, we get to another intersection where we turn left. Upper Falls, 0.5K. Keep on following the signs to Upper Falls. Must be bike paths and probably cross-country ski trails. Now we come to a little fork here. I gotta go check out the Upper Falls. I'm not sure that's really where the trail goes. So this is a side quest on a left turn to the Upper Falls. They're really cool. Check it out. How's it going? Oh yeah. Craziness down there. But the real craziness, in my opinion, is over here. And I think we've got some victims. You want to jump from high places. I've stopped here once, parked across the way there, and I was standing where that guy is, just kind of looking at it, thinking, wow, that's pretty wild. And a guy dripping wet walks up, stands next to me for a minute, and boom. Well, I had to do it too, because he lived. I don't think I've ever jumped from the lower platform there that guy's at. It's scary. Takes a lot of nerve. I've done it at least twice, maybe 3 times. So that's got to be at least 20, 25 feet. Yeah. Of course, you can just swing around and play and all this stuff too. You don't have to do this enough to jump. Whatever makes you happy. I'm standing on the jump spot now, looking down at the pool below. Just walking along the road here, minding my own business when, oh my gosh, there's a shelter and a picnic table. B&M shelter, trails close at 4 p.m. I guess this is just a picnic, rest stop shelter. Huh, it's got an old carry in, carry out litter sign. Those were great. Then we get here. It says B&M is where we came from. Coronary Hills. Just as glad we didn't go that way. Porcupine Lane. Coronary Hills that way, okay. I think we got to go this way. I'll double check. I'll let you know if it's wrong. Turn left. I kind of think we go straightish leftish. Sign says Clinton, and surely the mountain used to be Mount Clinton, just as south of Eisenhower. It was named for a past governor long before the Clinton presidency. So we come to a ski trail that goes off to the left. I think we won't take that, and we'll continue to go straight where it says Clinton. And more difficult, yay. Yeah. And yeah, what used to be Mount Clinton is now Mount Pierce. Probably for Franklin Pierce, who was from New Hampshire. So now there's a sign pointing to the right. And back to from where we came is a shelter. Clinton to the right and to Nordic Center. But that seems to be going in the wrong direction for us. I'm pretty sure we just go straight here. Let's hope so. Yes, the correct path was straight, long grassy swath. Kind of looks like snowmobile trail, but no signs indicating that. And shortly we come to a gate and a road, which has to be, is it the Clinton Road or something? I forget. I know this road. I've driven it many a time. It goes kind of from the Highlands Center and the bottom of the Crawford Path, cuts over to, over to the base station road. Huh. Looks like the road's closed. I think that might be our trailhead over there. Gotta find out. Yes, so we turn left at the road and we go past the barricade that says closed. And immediately on our right is the parking area. I'm surprised they don't, maybe they're just telling cars to park on this side of the barricade rather than the other. Yep. Water. So, I got some water, rinsed my hands and face off, and there's enough room for a car to scooch by here to get to the trailhead, which is great. Here we are at the Edmonds Path trailhead. Edmonds Trail? I can never remember. There we go. So it's 3 o'clock and it's 3.3 miles up to the ridge. I gotta look and see what the altitude change is. Looks like we have a 2,000 foot climb in 3.3 miles. It's a lot up, but it's not too crazy, and I think the trail is well graded, as I recall. Up near the top, I think it gets a little crazy, skirting around boulders and things. Yeah. And there's lots of water here. I don't think this ever goes dry. And you can hear it coming. Woohoo! Well, here we go. In case anyone was wondering, Edmonds Path is steep. Every step is up. But it's a pretty steady climb and seldom gets ridiculous, but it's always a good climb. So that's kind of straight ahead, right? This is up. Yeah. We're getting near that where it's going to get less steep and start circling around the cone. I guess it's already circling a little around the cone. Yeah. So I really like hiking with my shadow. That means it's late in the day, the sun is low, really getting full day's worth out of what we're doing. This spot we're coming up to, I remember being here with a couple of friends. I don't know, might have been Alice and Graham in winter, and gingerly getting across ice and stuff, snow here. Yeah. I think it was that trip where when we got up and we were exposed, there was a helicopter circling around all over the place. this is a great source of water, isn't it? That was disturbing. I just actually saw a helicopter coming through the mountains, which is disturbing. It seemed to go away. Maybe it found its rescue and everything is good. I hope so. Oh, and it's hot and I'm tired. Or is it I'm tired and it's hot? I don't know, but I'm happy. Well, we've been skirting around without really gaining or losing any altitude for a while now, skirting around the cone. And now we come to the infamous sign. Yeah. And seriously, guys, it's no joke. You'll see what it says. And I know people on a day like this tend to laugh and say, oh, really? Welcome to the Alpine Zone. Help us preserve fragile vegetation. Travel only on trails or bare rock. Keep dogs close and off vegetation. Camping. The following activities are illegal. Camping unless on 2 feet of snow. I think trees have to be at least 8 feet tall in order to camp. But this is the sign, right? Stop. The area ahead has the worst weather in America. Many have died there from exposure even in the summer. Turn back now if the weather is bad. White Mountain National Forest. Actually, I think someone died on the first day of summer this year over by Mount Washington. If not this year, it was last year. But really, it happens all the time because the weather can change fast. It snows up here. Well, on Mount Washington, we have a weather observatory, so we really know it snows every month of the year. The highest temperature ever recorded is 72 up there, though I'm thinking that record may have been broken lately. When I was a kid, the highest temperature was 70. Anyway, it's just gorgeous, and I think we're going to have a view over these little scrub spruce and fir trees here. There we go. There's Mount Washington in the distance. Actually, it's not. Sorry. That's Jefferson. We've got Clay in the middle, and Washington is behind. I've been looking at it all this time. Is behind, I think this is Franklin. And you can see the base station for the railroad down there. Sweet. We are approaching tree line. That might be the train halfway there. Wow. Yeah, you can see how short the trees are already. And there's a little cliff on the side of Eisenhower. Beautiful, beautiful day. I think the smoke is not gone. It's almost gone for now. Finally. Yeah. Walking across the talus field. That's just a bunch of boulders that slid off the mountain. Called talus. Yeah, come down off that cliff up there, no doubt. So we're headed over there. Classic White Mountain cairn. Nothing like them. And they're really neat, and you can see signposts up there for our trail junctions. Another beautiful cairn. This is easy to travel. Back there crossing the talus, the rocks were turned and arranged by trail crew, to make it much easier to walk across, believe me. And a sign, a couple of signs. No, look at that cairn. Oh, I love it. There's an art to cairn building, and the crews up here take it to heart. The Alpine Zone, plants in the Alpine Zone take decades to grow, and under your footsteps, die in a day. Please help protect these fragile plants. Stay on the trail. Keep dogs on leash and close. No camping or fires. Thank you. Oh, the Edmonds Path. Oh, Mt Eisenhower 0.54, Crawford Pass 0.8, and I believe we're going over there. Oh, oh, this feels so good. This cairn has had a rough life. Either people messed with it or the frost and ice tend to break them apart in the winter and the spring because, of course, ice expands. Water expands when it melts. Ice expands when it melts. That's it. Yeah, Mount Clinton Road. That's where we came up from. Edmonds Path. Crawford Path. That's the Appalachian Trail. Finally, the signs are better. We could go up there for a look. Yeah, we're going to do that. So we'll do a little bit of a panoramic tour. So as I said before, that's Jefferson over there on the left, and Clay just barely visible. And then I'm pretty sure, little shoulder, neck pinch pain, that is kind of Franklin, but it might be, Monroe has multiple peaks. The one in the distance in the middle, I think, is for sure Monroe, I think, anyway. Then we got Boots Spur on that distant ridge. That's the Montauban Ridge, where the Davis Path goes. And that last bump above tree line is where my section of the Davis Path was. And it goes all the way down that ridge on the Davis Path to that bump there in the middle, which is Mount Isolation, and it's where we're headed tomorrow. We'll come up just to the left of it by that fir wave. So, and then we'll go all the way down that ridge to Mount Crawford and down into Crawford Notch, which is that deep valley down there. Wow. Oh, and in the middle over there, that's Mount Shikaroa, craggy top. Over here on the horizon, I think is, that's got to be Passaconaway, and the double bumps is Whiteface, and then we go over to the Tri-Pyramids, and then Osceola, and then nearer, the one that looks like it has a little dip on the summit is Carrigan. And then, of course, here we are looking right next to us at Eisenhower. Wow. Hope you enjoyed that. So, on the map for Cohos Trail, it says this is the highest point on the Cohos Trail. And that makes sense, because we are really up here. I was able to get out here with rock hopping all the way, so don't feel like I've been treading on the vegetables, because I have not. Now, can I get back? I don't think I'm going back the same way I came, but I think we can do it. Also, I wanted to be up here by 6 p.m., and I was. In fact, it's still only 5 minutes till 6. There's some people coming along the Crawford Path. Curious to know where they're heading. Could be Mizpah, and they're going to be late for dinner. So I figure up there on the ridge, going behind it now. Oh, there she is. Gives you an idea of the scale. The summit now. So we're moving on now. Another 0.2 miles up here on the Crawford Path until we get to Mt Eisenhower Trail. We're going to turn right and head down for 2.2 miles to get us all the way down to Dry River. I mean, there might be a place to camp before that. Might stop, but I don't think we need to. I did hang out here for a while. Got here at about 5 or 10 of 6, and now it's 6:26. Oops. I don't care. It's just gorgeous. You may be wondering, Scott, Voyager, why not go to the summit of Mt Eisenhower? Honestly, I can't tell you how many times I've been on Mt Eisenhower, and honestly, all the other presidentials. And the summit of Eisenhower is kind of cool, but kind of weird. Big pile of rocks in the middle, and no slabs or anything, just rocks and gravel and stuff. Whereas the place I hung out, I thought was really sweet. So I don't need to prove anything and go there again. I would rather hang out here and have time to eat my crackers and cheese in peace. And then still get on trail in time to do what I want to do. So this is actually the Appalachian Trail here, the Cohos Path is. So back on the Appalachian Trail. Woohoo! I think our sign is right up there in the distance where the Mt Eisenhower Trail. And I'm not expecting it to be in as fine condition as the Edmonds Path. Certainly not the Cohos Path, because it's not really a direct route to get here. First you have to go up the Dry River Trail, so I don't think it's used much. Here we are, Cohos Path, AT. I had to fix a lot of those signs, but now they've been replaced, thank goodness. They didn't have AT on them. Mt Eisenhower Trail, Dry River Cutoff 2.7, Dry River Trail 3.0. Yeah. Okay. One last look. Just gorgeous. I just love being up here so much when the weather's good. Yeah. Okay. Mt Eisenhower Trail, here we come. Got a couple of little cairns marking the way. And the cairns are really necessary because the clouds can move in and you're in them. And you really can't see very far. Or it could start snowing like a blizzard and a whiteout. So the cairns aren't here for decoration or fun. They are here out of desperation. So like I was saying, less traveled. Got some mud here. There's been a bunch of branches in the face. But now we're up on some exposed rock again. That's nice. I sent a text to Sandy letting her know that I'm still on track schedule for a pickup around noon on Thursday, since I made it up here by 6. Yeah. And that was tricky. Trying to send the same message to my brother Randy, but Sandy's didn't go at first. I tried again and then it got delivered. Randy's won't go either time. Who knows if we go. So you can see this is a little more overgrown. Hopefully when we get lower it will be not so crazy, because this stuff up high is really tough to keep ahead of. My adopted trail section of the Davis Path has taught me that lesson. Yeah, more scrub fir. Krummholz is what we call this stuff up here. I'm pretty sure it's the German word means twisted wood or something like that. I'm pretty sure Holz is wood. Yeah, and this is going down nice and steep, just like Cohos likes. Ah, yeah, that's a big step. Holding a camera is a disadvantage, so I'm going to put it away here shortly before I have a problem. Yep, down into the brush again. Oh, there's some spruce that's sharp. Okay, camera off. Here we come again, Cohos, the Presidential Range Dry River Wilderness sign, and welcome to Wilderness. Please treat this special place with care and respect by practicing leave no trace and observing these regulations. Limited group size to 10 people. Camp at designated sites or at least 200 feet away from trails. Designated sites are marked with a tent symbol. No use of motorized equipment or mechanical vehicles, including bicycles. Expect primitive conditions in the area with few signs and rough trails that may be difficult to follow. Thank you for keeping the Presidential Range Dry River Wilderness forever wild. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Looked like some animal had another idea about that sign. I'm not sure how that got beaten up like that. So the trail is much better once we get out of the Krumholtz, the really short spruce and fir forest. But it's narrow and windy and kind of fun, you know? I mean, it's still, sometimes it's smooth, sometimes it's dropping off. The last tent site I plotted two down here. The first one seemed fine. The second one, it's obvious somebody built a campfire there, and there's like ashes and partially burned things and rocks. So hopefully if somebody stays there, they'll disperse the ashes in the underbrush, maybe bury them a little, maybe get rid of those boulders. I don't really think we're supposed to be having fires here. I'll have to go back and look at that sign, because who wants to accidentally destroy the wilderness? Because you definitely have a wilderness feel on this trail. Woohoo! It was quite a descent. Most of it is pretty steep, but there was just a little bit ago, it got kind of flattish for quite a while. So here this says Mt Eisenhower Trail right and left, Crawford Path to the right up, Dry River Trail down to the left. And this is Dry River Trail, Mount Clinton Trail, Mizpah Spring Hut. Yes, so we do not turn right, we keep going straight down. I can hear water finally. This is a good sign. If I see a flat spot, I'm stopping. I could get by without water. I've got a sub sandwich tonight. We're not cooking. But water's not going to be a problem. It's finding a flat spot. I just came down a rather steep hillside from the trail because I saw this campsite down here. Actually, it's a bunch of campsites. I think there's probably more up there. It's dark. We'll show you more in the morning. But right there, oh yeah, this is a serious campsite. I don't know if it's legal, but there's so little traffic out here. I think it would be fine from an ecological perspective. I don't know if I'll camp right here. Certainly a nice pad, kind of rocky and not soft. Or maybe right here. That up here is softer. Or maybe over here, which is definitely softer. Not that softness matters that much with my new mattress. And there's the river, the Dry River, which I've never known to be dry. In fact, it can be deadly at times. There used to be bridges, and I think they're all gone now. So there used to be 3 shelters up in here, and I think number 3 still exists way up at the base of the head wall just below Lakes of the Clouds, because that's where the Dry River Trail winds up by Lakes of the Clouds hut on the Crawford Path. And the other end winds up down on 302, not far from where we're going to get out. Okay,